easy to just get stuck in a lane as an artist. It's easy for everyone to kind of want to say, well, you're black, you're young, you're a girl, you sing R&B, right? And I decided, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna go and do what I actually love to do. It wasn't easy. It was not easy. You know, it's almost like you run out of the whole moments of like, well, got no money, no, I'm broke, and I still have to pay my rent. And these gigs are paying me £50 a freaking, you know, a show. And they want you to do a good 2-hour show or an hour show, and I have no 2 hours of worth of material. I had like 4 songs. So I was up there freestyling, I was up there like, play some more records, my DJ, we're just gonna make them sing. And that was it. Like, it was ridiculous. But it was a struggle, you know, but it ultimately pushed me.
We were all suddenly, because it was just everywhere.
Yeah.
How did that change your life?
If the UK and Europe knew me, well, then the rest of the world figured out who I was. You know, it was awesome being like, you know, having 1980 out and, you know, freeing those records out while I was living here. And then American Boy happened, and it was like, can you do, whenever I was singing, it'd be like, can you sing Polish Boy? Can you sing my Bosnian Boy? Can you sing Croatian Boy? Can you sing my Thailand Boy? And I was like, oh, okay. You know, it's like a classic. It was like an instant classic.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of record you want as a musician and the kind of record you want as an artist.
You have worked with a huge number of people as well. So who's your favourite, if you can pick?
It's hard. It's like, you go from just being you to kind of doing this as far as feature artists and people to work with. And then, you know, I had almost like 5 years or almost 10 years of working with John Legend. You know, first as a friend and then being signed to his label. So it's like, you know, it kind of is, it's hard to say who's the favourite because I learned so much from them.
So you mentioned that you were on John Legend's label for a while, but I read that you've started your own.
Yeah.
So what really prompted that? What prompted that move?
I started on my own label in '98 when I was here and I was just beginning. I was on my own label. It just got to a point where I was like, well, I've learned as much as I can learn from you, and we've pushed it as far as we can push it together. I just want to go do it on my own. And they were like, sure. You know, it's all love and it's all mutual support.
You mentioned Empire.
Yeah.
So what was it like working on that? Because it really is taking America by storm, that show.
The show has me watching the show like this. Oh my God, what's going to do this? Like, I clutch all my pearls and my necklaces and like, oh, this is amazing. I didn't know how big it was going to be. I literally was like, I saw all my friends in it. I'd known Taraji because on the Shine album, I had a song called Pretty Please. And she was in the video for it. I think it was just released in the US. But she was in the video for it. And I was a new artist at the time over there. No one knew me. And she came out and just did the video on the strength because she liked my music and liked what I was about. I saw Jussie, who I'd known. I lived in LA for like 2 years in this whole period. It's really fun. Love it. Feels like this every day. It's beautiful. And we would go out and I'd see him out, and I knew his sister Journey, who's also a really accomplished actress. So we were just cool from that. So going to film it, I was prepared. I would go in, I went in the day we went to film it and I knew all my lines and I was like, do they need me now? You know, and I was really like trying to just do my best because you had Taraji on set and you had Terrence Howard, and they're great actors. You know, they're really amazing. They're like brilliant at what they do. So you had them on set, and I was like, well, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to go in there and flub my lines or have them looking at me like, stop wasting our time. Who is this singing girl? Get her off, you know. So I was trying to be on my best, and they basically had me hurry up and wait 4 hours. 4 hours. And then we just filmed our 2 scenes, and then I went home. And then so when it came on, you know, it had built and built and built. There were no other musicians on it per se other than Courtney Love. She was the biggest, you know, artist that they had on it. So, and my song was an original song off of my record that had been bubbling, you know, in the US at the time. It was moving, my album had just come out. So when it was released, it just kind of took it and spun it through the roof out there again. And so it's begun a whole new life to conquer the song. So it's good vibes.